If your stress management system worked for a Fortune 500 company, it would probably be on a performance improvement plan. Now, before all of my executive clients light up the comments, I know some of you have written PIPs, some of you have been on them, and some of you have used them exactly the way they're often used in corporate America, not as a genuine attempt to help someone improve, but as documentation on the way to showing someone out the door. Fair enough. That's often how they work in business. But today, we're not talking about your company. We're talking about your nervous system. And unlike a corporation, your brain isn't trying to fire you. It's trying to keep you alive. I've spent years supervising clinicians, leading treatment programs, consulting with organizations, and helping people recover from chronic executive stress and alcohol problems. One thing I've learned is that good leaders don't wait until an organization completely fails before they intervene. They watch trends. They look for patterns. They notice performance drifting long before the crisis. I think we should do the same thing with ourselves. So let's conduct your stress management system's annual performance review. The employee is your stress management system. The position is responsible for keeping you healthy, focused, emotionally available, connected to the people who matter, and resilient enough to handle the demands of your life. Overall rating needs significant improvement. Attendance, frequently absent until the workload has already become overwhelming. Usually arrives only after you're exhausted. Snapping at people you love or wondering why a glass of bourbon suddenly sounds like the best idea you've had all day. Communication consistently overpromises and underdelivers. Supporting documentation for this deficit includes repeated statements such as, "I'll slow down after this project. I'll take vacation next month. I'll rest when things settle down. I just have to get through this week." The employee, your management system, has made these commitments repeatedly with no measurable follow-through. Innovation continues relying on stress management protocols developed years ago. Despite mounting evidence, they are no longer producing acceptable outcomes. No meaningful investment has been made in upgrading the system. In the category of problem solving, your stress management system's primary strategy is survive. Secondary strategies are whatever provides relief the fastest. Working later, scrolling longer, buying something, overeating, revenge sleep procrastination, withdrawing, staying busy, or alcohol. Now, here's where I think we get this wrong. Alcohol doesn't create the problem. It simply volunteers for the job every time your stress management system runs out of better options. And because alcohol provides temporary relief, your brain keeps calling it back. Not because it's the best employee, because it's the fastest employee available. That's not a character flaw. That's conditioning. Your brain is designed to remember reduced distress. Your brain doesn't ask, was that healthy? It asks, did it reduce distress, even temporarily? If the answer is yes, your brain writes that down. Now, here's the part I really want you to hear. The performance problem isn't alcohol. Alcohol is simply doing a job your stress management system stopped being able to do. Alcohol is responding to a vacancy. The performance problem is that your stress management system has been overwhelmed for so long that other departments have started covering its shifts. Decision-making gets slower. Attention starts missing details. Sleep stops showing up consistently. Emotional regulation starts calling in sick. Relationships become strained. And alcohol volunteers to work overtime. That's what happens when one department silently carries the load that it was never designed to carry. So, what's the recommendation? Termination? No. Blame? Definitely not. A performance improvement plan. Not because you're failing, because your system is asking for support, clear expectations, better infrastructure, updated tools, real recovery between periods of demand, capacity that matches the load you're carrying. And here's the irony: the more shame we pile onto ourselves, the worse the system performs, because shame isn't a management strategy. It's just another stressor. So if you're watching this and thinking, my stress management system is failing, I'd challenge you to ask a different question. What has the system been trying to accomplish? What load has it been carrying? And what tools has it been forced to rely on because nothing better was available? Because when you answer those questions, something changes. You stop asking, why can't I just stop drinking? And you start asking, why has alcohol become one of my most reliable employees? Those are two very different questions. So let's wrap up this performance review. Personnel decision. No additional outside contractors are indicated at this time. Internal department restructuring is recommended. Performance improvement plan is approved. Action items include increase system capacity, upgrade stress management infrastructure, reduce chronic overload, improve recovery periods of demand, develop evidence-based stress management skills, strengthen social support and accountability, build a system that notices warning signs before crisis, replace temporary relief with sustainable recovery. Because that's the work I do. That's why my work isn't primarily about alcohol. Alcohol is the symptom everyone notices. Executive stress is the system almost everyone ignores. I help people redesign the system. I spend most of my time helping them build a stress management system that no longer needs alcohol to keep the company running. If you'd like to conduct your own performance review, I've created a free executive stress audit and initial build plan. The link is in my description or bio. And if you think I've stretched this metaphor beyond OSHA regulations, just wait until next week when we talk about the evil twin.